I am compelled to participate in this debate because I'm not hearing a voice that's really agreeing with me. I believe there are tens of millions of people out there who agree that gun control isn't necessarily the solution.
That was Mark Mattioli, a Newtown dad whose son, 6-year-old James, was one of 20 children gunned down in his own classroom. But is he right? Joining me now is Fox News political analyst Juan Williams from D.C. and Breitbart columnist AWR Hawkins from Phoenix. Juan, Fox is the only news channel to have even mentioned the parent who has stated that he doesn't see this gun control as having any impact or effect on what happened to his son. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't think that's right, Judge. I think I've heard about it on not only on media in terms of TV, but I've heard it on the radio. I've read about him in the newspapers when he's come to Washington. But it's really on, we're talking about more conservative radio. But right now, what we do know is ABC, CBS, NBC slant 8-1 for Obama's gun control crusade. And, I'll go to you, AWR. Do you feel that there is a slant by the media to try to promote the gun control proposals that the Obama administration is supporting?
Oh, most certainly. I mean, if you look at John Carl at ABC, you look at Scott Pelley at CBS, you look at Chuck Todd at NBC, they're talking in terms, Chuck Todd, for instance, said, this may be our last best chance to pass more gun control. So they see this as their opportunity. They're in this with Obama to push this gun control agenda. You saw it on MSNBC with Joe Scarborough, the way he gave Biden and Senator Feinstein a pass this last week. So yes, there's no doubt that the media is in this with Obama. Well,
all right. And now that you bring that up, I mean, let's talk about this this Morning Joe show, Juan, where, Dianne Feinstein and Joe Biden come on. And I'm not sure if we have a full screen on this, guys, if we can put it up. All right. So this idea, according to Joe Biden, that there is a national registry, there's no place in the federal government where you can go, not a single place, and find out everybody who owns a gun. All right, Juan, come on, be straight with me here. Joe Biden really believes that having a national, that having all of these background checks will not create a registry of information of gun owners in this country?
It hasn't done it so far. We have some background checks for people who are sold guns by licensed dealers, Judge, and those background checks are done, electronically, but the background record, the record that the check was made, is taken away in a matter of a few days. But the actual paperwork remains with the gun dealer, not with the federal government. So there is no single place where there is a registry. That's a bogus issue.
Well, I'm not so sure it is. AWR, do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that, because if you're a gun store, you have records. You have to keep those records for up to 20 years. The ATF can come into your store whenever they want and check your records. They regularly do. They have regular visits. They have surprise visits. They can come in, look at those records, figure out who has and hasn't purchased a gun during the last 20 years. That is a de facto registry. And Biden is wrong on another account, too. For universal background checks to work, there has to be a gun registry. The government has to know where every gun is in order to know that I'm not selling a gun to my neighbor, nor is my neighbor selling a gun to me.
Well,
this is paranoia run wild. You have to have at the store the records, because if a crime is committed, again, protecting us, I don't know how this does somehow has not come into this conversation, but after Newtown, the idea that we want to protect ourselves, our children, should be essential. And if a crime is committed, the federal government does not have a central registry. They have to go literally to the people who manufactured the gun,
Juan?
Find out who sold the gun, then go to the gun store to check, then trace the ownership of the gun.
To you, Juan. As a prosecutor and someone who has been involved in the actual prosecution of gun trafficking, you have got to have this information, and the sanctions can only be imposed if we know who is violating these registries or the background checks, or is not being truthful on them. I used to sign pistol permits. We all want to protect children, but at the end of the day, Juan, to say that there will not be a registry, I think is disingenuous. But thank you both for being with us tonight.
And also, let's not forget, Lanza stole his guns.
Well, yeah.
A registry, a background check, nothing would have stopped him from what he did.
Will not change what happened in Newtown. But gentlemen, thanks so much for being with us this evening. And up next, intelligence.